Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and this is Keeping Up with CG Davies. You were welcome to my channel, and if you're seeing my face for the very first time, my name is Davies Oluwadabobomi. I'm an Erasmus Mundus scholar for Biorefinery, and please do not forget to like, share, subscribe, comment too. Today's video is on how to write your CV using the Europass format. I repeat myself again, how to write your CV using the Europass format. And I would like to let you know that your CV is one of the most crucial part of Erasmus Mundus application. So your CV is a crucial part, it's one of the crucial documents you use to submit in your Erasmus Mundus application. So the very first thing I will start by saying, you have to go to the Europass link website. I'll put the link in my description box, so I expect you to go to the Europass link, create an account with them, put in your details. So with what I'll say today, that will guide on how to know what and what you can include in your Europass CV. So you have to include your name, your full name, your surname. You can also add your date of birth, your nationality, your gender, obviously. You can also add your phone number, your email address, and for me, I included my LinkedIn link, like my LinkedIn profile link, so that they can have access to who I am and my past work experiences. Then you could add your address. It's optional. I did that. Then for the introductory part, you can talk about yourself. That is, like, you say it's more of about me, who you are. You talk about what you're passionate about and the skills you have developed over the years. Then the first section you should start is the education and training. For the education and training, you include your bachelor, the most recent educational your education. So for me, I did my Bachelor of Engineering in Chemical Engineering. Then I started by saying, oh, this is my graduating class, this is my final CGPA. Then I talked about the certificate of academic excellence that I received, then other stuff which you will see just here. And also for the academic education and training, I added the modules, that's like the courses I undertook in my undergraduate days. So I included everything. I feel that including the modules in your CV will allow them to understand that, oh, you actually have a background knowledge in this field. So that's why I said in my last video that you should apply for programs that are related to your course of study, either your past work experiences or your education or your bachelor degree. Whatever you did should be related to your bachelor degree. So the program you're applying for in Erasmus should be related to what you have done before. So putting the modulars in my CV will allow them to know the courses that I undertook and every details they will need. Then I also included my field of study, added my final year project. As I said, my final year project is related to the program I applied for, which is called the Biorefinery. So I included it in my CV because it's really relevant. And I said in your CV, you need to put in relevant roles, job responsibilities, job title that are relevant to the program you're applying for. Please do not add unnecessary items, documents, statement, job responsibility. Add what is related to your program, what's related to your program related to the program you're applying for. Then the next section is the work experience. I included my work experience, the date and the end dates, then the job responsibility, the job role, and everything there. As I said, put in the most recent ones and the one that are relevant to your course of study. Then the next thing I talked about was the honors and award. For the honors and award, I included, for instance, if you're someone that have awards, you can put it there. So you just add your honors and award. If you're a best student, if you're the best student in your class, you can add that. Academic for receiving your first class degree, add everything that you feel is relevant and to put you in a good light with whoever is going to examine your application. So the next thing I talked about was my publications. Yeah, so for now I have two publications, so I included it there. So in case you don't have your publications, you could add the conferences and seminars. So add conferences and seminars that are related to the program you're applying for. Please do not add conferences and seminars that are not related to the program you're applying for. So you can add your publications, You can also include your conferences and seminars. So far, so good. I've not attended any seminars that related to my program at that time. So now you can actually do that, include the conferences and seminars you have gone for, and the conferences and seminar you went for is actually related to the course of program, the program you're applying for in Erasmus Mundus. So the next thing is your leadership experience. For instance, if you're someone that took on a leadership role, you can add it there. Put in a good light too. Put in your job responsibility, everything there. I included the positions I served, so and my job responsibility. So you can include your leadership experience and your your job responsibilities and everything as a leader, what you were assigned, what you did, and probably the accomplishments during your course of leadership. It's also very nice if you put that. The next thing is your voluntary experience. So for that, if you're someone that loves to volunteer, you're someone that, you prefer to like educate children, you love to give out, you could include that. For me, I talked about my CDS group, Federal Road Safety Commission, Community Development Service, and what we did doing the cost of our activities, the responsibilities, and what we're aimed at, and what we achieved at the end of the day. Then the next thing you should add on your CV is your language skills. So for me, I included my mother tongue, which is Yoruba, and other languages like English and Yoruba. I kept my level of understanding, the speaking and the writing, and the spoken production. So it depends on you. You could write, if you're A1 and A2, which is a basic user, you could put A1 and A2. But if you're a B1 and B2, which is independent users, you can do that. But for me, I went for proficient users for English. Yeah. Then the next thing I'll talk about is the digital skills. So for your CV, you need to include your digital skills. You can include your digital skills. For instance, if you know how to make use of iSpen ICs, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, digital marketing, anything, your skills, just include it there. You could talk about other skills too. Yeah. Then the next thing I included in my CV, I talked about the accomplishments, where I wrote down my accomplishments so far. And you could do that. I did it because I just wanted to be unique. I wanted to let them know that this is what I've accomplished, show them that, oh, this is what I was able to achieve during my undergraduate days and now. So I included my accomplishments. So you could do that if you want. It's not compulsory for you to add accomplishments in your CV, but I did that. The next thing you talk about is your hobbies and interests. For your hobbies and interests, the reason why I added hobbies and interests because this is an Erasmus Mundus program, yeah, and it's not just about the academic part. It's being able to, how you're going to cope, like traveling, interacting with individuals from several nationalities. So I just decided to like add my hobbies. Since I'm someone that loves traveling, I love hanging out with my friends, I love meeting new people, sharing knowledge with individuals. So I said to add the hobbies because I know that adding my hobbies and interests puts my application in a good light. So I said to add my hobbies and interests. The next thing I added was the references. That you could just include two people you know that will actually give a good recommendation about you as an individual. Please do not give someone that will talk bad about you. So look for people that are ready to recommend you and people that have your best interests at heart. So that's something you need to work on because the reference, whoever is going to be a recommender should be someone that knows you very well and be able to like talk well about you as a person. Should be someone that loves you. Honestly, please do not give someone that will just say you're a good boy, you are good, you're hardworking, you are this. To talk intensively about your skills. So that is it. So what I've talked about, I started by saying for your CV, you should include your introductory part, your name, your date of birth, your nationality, your gender, your phone number, your LinkedIn profile link, and about yourself. So about yourself, you should talk about who you are, what you're passionate about, the skills you have able to develop over the years. Talk about it and what is your interest. Next thing you should talk about is your education and training, which I said you should add your most recent education. For me, I wrote Bachelor's of Engineering, Chemical Engineering. I added I talked about my graduating class and my the awards, and also included my modules, which is like the courses I undertook as an undergraduate student. Then also talked about you could add your high school, your secondary school days if you want, but I didn't do that. Then the next thing is your work experience. Ensure, please take note of this. Do not start with your work experience. Since you're applying for a scholarship, so you need to start with educational training before your work experience. Or if you're applying for a job, a work, you're applying. So if you're applying for a job, you could start with your work experience before the education and training. So please start with education and training if you're applying for a scholarship, for masters or whatever, probably PhD, depends on what you want. The next thing, you talk about your job responsibility. As I said before, please should be something related to the course you're applying for. Do not add irrelevant things and so many other things. Your publication, please, you don't need to have publications. You don't need to have publications. You can still get the scholarship. But me, I had to put it there. Put put what you feel will make your application stand out. So I did that, kept my leadership experience, talked about my volunteering experience, everything, the role, the job responsibility. I also included language, which I said before, include your language, your digital skills, accomplishments, and also hobbies and interests. It depends on you if you want to add hobbies and interests, but it's not necessary and it's not required. But I did that, and I said in the video why I had to include hobbies and interests. Then for the last thing is the references. Include people that have your interests at heart and be able to like explain this is who you are and what this is what you aspire to be, and these are your areas, these are the things that they know you for, and they believe that if you have this master's degree, you are going to do well, you're going to make sure that the knowledge and the knowledge you acquired will be able to like help yourself. Just shall let them be people that love you and care about you. Please do not go for someone that are not, they don't even give you, they don't really care about you. Please include people like that care about you, as your referrer. So we have come to the end of this video, and please do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And guess what, guys, we just got to 1,000 subscribers. So see you in my next video where I'll talk about recommendation later. So then, ooh la la, bye, catch up with you later.